Hello and welcome to the consolation game of the third annual Mauro Panaggio Invitational, hosted by DME Sports Academy here in Daytona Beach. This is Matt Panaggio. I am joined here by Coach Stephen Kenner, and we are excited for day two of the tournament. We have two very tough teams, including St. John Fisher and St. Joe's from Maine. Coach, what do you think are some of the keys for today's matchup?
Both teams got to come out to a really good start here. You're looking at St. John. Last game, they got to get their two-headed monster going from the tip. And what I mean by their two-headed monsters, I'm talking about Sammy Robinson. Sammy Robinson finished with 26 and 6 last night. 26 points, 6 rebounds. And then you're also looking at Brendan Trapper, number 22. Got to get him going early as well. He finished with 14 points and 5 rebounds. That team did a really good job at sharing the ball yesterday. They had 34 points from their bench. They ended up scoring 51 points in that second half and almost won the game. And I think they're going to really try to force their way to the line and be a little bit more physical, as they went 18 of 22 from free throw line last night, was shooting 82%. And then
And we're going to hear the starting lineups from both teams. But, Coach, you know, it was really exciting yesterday watching both games. Both these teams are led by, kind of like what you said, one guy. You know, and if you're St. John, how are you going to stop Casale from St. Joe's? And if you're St. Joe's, how are you going to stop Sammy Robinson from St. John's?
that's a great question. Right now, I think what hurt St. Joe's yesterday was they didn't really get a whole lot of second chance points yesterday. Mm-hmm. You know, they matter of fact, they got 0 against Brockport. So I'm really looking for them to push the ball in transition today, try to get early baskets, and try to limit St. John from stopping them. Because right now, when you look at this lineup that St. Joe's has on the floor, that St. John has on the floor, they are big. And I'm telling you, Sammy Robinson was scoring from everywhere yesterday. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to probably put your best player on it. And I know Coach doesn't want to do that right now, which is
Casale.
Yeah, Jack Casale. I don't want to see Jack Casale on Sammy right now, but you may have to start that just to kind of limit Sammy Robinson's touches, kind of discourage him from seeing the basket and getting his energy and effort up, because he's going to bring it. But at the same time, you got to get Casale going offensively, and you got to get Foley going. Those two yesterday really did a good job for St. Joe's. Scoring-wise, you look at Casale. Casale had 18 points and 8 rebounds. You look at Foley. Foley had 15 and 2. And then you even had Curtis. Curtis came off the bench. Well, I shouldn't say come off the bench, but that second half, Curtis really got going for St. Joe's, and he finished up with 14-4. Going 4 of 8 from behind the arc, 50%. I mean, that's not bad. There are two different styles of basketball here, and it's going to be entertaining to see how this plays out the second half.
Definitely excited for game one. It's been a really fun tournament so far, and we're about seconds away here as Keohan and Sammy Robinson will battle for the tip. And not sure if it was a bad toss or these guys just didn't get off the floor there, but swing and a miss. And we'll do it again here.
Let's try it one more time. Three's a charm.
You know what? Now I know what the problem was. It was the ref. He even switched. He switched with someone else. He's throwing the ball too high. But this is excitement as Sammy Robinson finally gets it, and it'll be St. John Fisher basketball. Mark Valeriani at the point for St. John Fisher. Asenjo to our boy, Sammy Robinson, unable to knock down his first shot of the game.
I like that action. A lot of screening action going on, screener action, and found Sammy on the backside. Once again, how are they going to contain this motion offense? I like the way that St. John is packing it in and saying, hey, you're just going to have to beat us around the perimeter.
And I think St. Joe's will say, I think we can do that. As they shot a lot of threes and shot a pretty good percentage right there. Good defense by St. John's, and Casale turns it over. And that was kind of their Achilles heel yesterday. Turnovers.
But, half their shots last night came from behind the arc. And they only shot they shot 48% from behind the arc. So it's kind of like you got to pick your poison. You going to let these guys get hot from behind the arc? Or as they go inside to our boy Sammy.
Nice pass out, Mark Valeriani with the mid-range jumper, no good. We had a little bit of a foul here. It looks like it's Casale picking up his first. That could be a little troublesome for St. Joe's.
I think he just needs to settle down. He had one turnover on the other end, and now he picks up a chippy foul here. But look who's guarding Sammy, Coach.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're switched. They're playing a little man-to-man defense with switching in it.
Yep. And one thing that St. John Fisher struggled with yesterday against Brockport was, against Worcester, was they were fronting Sammy Robinson. And he was not able to get the ball. Today, St. Joe's a little bit shorter, not as much length. It'll be a little more difficult for them to keep the ball out of Sammy Robinson's hands. Good ball movement here. Deep three-pointer, just off the mark. That's Hare who skies for the rebound. And here's Valeriani for St. John's. Ball screen. Hare doing what he does best, and that's getting to the rim. Scores it strong with his left hand.
You're exactly right, man. Remember yesterday he finished up with 11 points and went to the free throw line 4 times, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. So he's a very good driver. You want to play him as a driver and kind of sit on him to take those deep shots.
Good ball movement on both sides so far. St. Joe's has not had really a great look. That one not a bad one. Curtis right there unable to knock it down, and St. John's will let it bounce out of bounds. Valeriani with the ball to Sammy Robinson. And Sammy Robinson in the post. And that's Casale's second foul.
And that's just bad defense on his part there. He didn't jump to the direction of the pass, and he just let the guy just face cut him. I'm sure coach is really upset with him, but that's your star player. You're going to leave him on the floor for right now because you got to get something going. He's just got to be able to settle in. You may have to hide him off Sammy, and you may have to go zone early with him picking up 2 fouls, Coach.
Yeah, and if it's me, I don't care how much I trust Casale. I got to take him out. There's 17 minutes left in the first half. It's too big of a risk to keep him on the floor.
I hear you, but That's not what we're going to see right now.
Yeah, and what a strong take right there by Curtis, and really just takes the lid off the basket, as they did not look great so far offensively.
Curtis got to get his team going. Him and Griffin are going to have to pick it up. Him and Foley going to have to pick it up right now.
Uh-oh. Sammy Robinson with his first triple of the game. Definitely don't want to let him get going. We saw what he can do yesterday.
Definitely. That guy can stroke it. He can play inside and outside. Really like his game and his physicality. And that's the guy we're talking about right there, Curtis. Keep attacking the rim. He's got a smaller guy on him. He's going to keep trying to get to the rim and draw the foul. But what he does so well is playing with poise. He doesn't really get rattled.
Yep.
And if I'm St. Joe's, hey, I'm going to try to run something between him and Foley right now and use our Cassell as a decoy because they're really locking up on.
Nice extra pass there to Foley, just not able to knock it down. Here's Hare. He goes inside to Trapper. Nice cut. Beautiful play from Trapper. Feed the big fella inside.
You got to. Reward the guy. He got a great seal on him, and they play straight behind him on that one with no help.
Nice drive there. But great defense by St. John Fisher, really packing it in. And Hare to Sammy. And that was a goaltend, and that'll count. It's a 9-2 run here for St. John Fisher, and Coach not going to take his chances. He's going to call timeout.
And that's a great timeout for him to kind of settle his guys down and let them know that, hey, look, man, there's a lot of time left in this ball game. We just need to settle down and not get rattled. But more importantly, we got to get back in transition. We cannot be giving up easy baskets. Make them play in a half-court set and understand that defensively, two things. You can't let the guy just get there and post up. You got to three-quarters the post because you're so small. Either you're going to front it and say, hey, you're going to have to throw over the top, which I know my teammate's going to be there on the weak side for a steal. But you can't allow the guy just come in and just post you up and you get sealed behind them. They're going to score or draw the foul every time on that one, Coach.
And Coach Santacola, he's keeping in Cassell. And I'm really, really surprised about that. I know they're down, and Cassell, maybe it was a good decision.
It's a great decision, Coach. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's risky. I don't know if I would do it with two fouls so early, but Coach paid off so far. He just knocked down a big three.
Sometimes you just got to play the slot machines, man. It gets hot every now and then for you.
Beautiful looking mid-range shot there, no good for Valeriani. And here comes Cassell. They go inside to Keohan. He's backing him down. Back out to Foley, up to Curtis. Shot clock winding down. And right there, that's Sammy Robinson picking up a foul. That'll be his first, team's second. And now Cassell's going to come out of the game. And also coming in is Sakai, who played some really, really good minutes, originally from Japan for St. Joe's. But I'm really impressed with this point guard.
Hey, he came into the game last night, and he was cooking. This guy here was creating shots for himself as well as for others, and he was hot from behind the arc. I want to see if he can continue that.
What a nice step-back move there by Curtis. This is a really talented St. Joe's team.
Great defensive play. I told you, Coach, when you sit there and you play three-quarters on the high side, good things will happen. You don't give them the easy look. You got to find Curtis again. Curtis said he has a mismatch. He's going to play inside on him, Coach.
That looked like a foul. No call, though. Curtis battling for the rebound. And Foley comes up with it. Keohan with the open three just off the back iron. And Valeriani picks up the rebound. Sammy Robinson, shot fake, driving it. Strong take just unable to finish. Foley's
got to get going here.
Beautiful backdoor
yes.
cut. And that's what Coach Santacola with St. Joe's, that's what he preaches. Move without the ball, make quick decisions, cut. And right there, great, beautiful play. And they're on a 8-0 run here in St. Joe's.
Since that timeout, right?
Yeah.
I guess my my little timeout speech worked for them.
Yeah. And right there, when you need a bucket,
they go to
get
Sammy.
it to your horse. And for St. John Fisher, their horse is Sammy Robinson, number 2 in red.
I take that from Curtis. He was in rhythm. Great look. Early shot, you know. You still want to get Curtis some touches.
And yesterday, St. John Fisher went to Hare in the post when the game was on the line, and he really delivered and made some big plays right there, just unable to finish. Curtis now into Sakai.
Sakai's going to have a little trouble with the big guy, with
Asenjo.
Yes, with him guarding him. Mm-hmm. He's so long and athletic. He really takes away your window of opportunity to see things that goes on behind the defense.
And I think that was a foul on Drew Shea, an offensive foul on him. Drew, by the way, had a huge second half yesterday.
He did.
Almost brought them back with a couple tray balls. Picking up his first foul there. That's the team's third. Good defense there by Cassell, who checked back into the game with 2 fouls. Robinson now. This is Williams back inside to Robinson. And he finishes. You know when he catches the ball around the basket, St. Joe's really doesn't have an option to guard him. He's too much inside.
Self-inflicting turnovers. They can't allow that to be the storyline tonight. You know, yesterday they turned the ball over a lot.
Yep. Robinson. Good ball movement so far for St. John Fisher. Valeriani inside the Hare, and man, they're getting to the rim. That's 3 straight possessions for Fisher where they've had layups.
You got to play to your strengths. And right now, that's exactly what St. John is doing. They're driving, they're attacking.
Good steal there, Williams to Hare,
yep.
and he shuffles his feet. Gets called for the walk, but St. Joe's has had a couple turnovers early in this game, and it's gotten St. John Fisher out on the break.
And once again, basketball is a game of runs, and right now each team is going on some sprints here where St. John was up 9-2. St. Joe's comes back, takes the lead, and now here St. John has the lead again at 15-10. And right now you're just trying to find who's going to be consistent. And it's this guy right here. I'm telling you, he is causing problems, Coach.
3-pointer no good, but look who skies for the rebound. Valeriani. And Robinson was fouled on that play. And that was Patrick Kelly for St. Joe's who picked up that foul on that rebound.
St. Joe's got to do a better job of boxing out. And, you know, Cassell is back in the game. He has 2 fouls, you know.
And a technical foul there on Coach Santacola. And I am really surprised on how many technical fouls have been called in this tournament. I think that's the 4th in this is the 3rd game. And the refs have been very quick to call these technical fouls.
Well, you know, these refs aren't from the north. It's a little different culture upstate, you know. Mm-hmm. Where down here they're not taking it. And I'm really disappointed in it also because there's no warning. There's no communication talking with the coach and letting them know, hey, look, you know, just easy. Maybe I'll look for it. You don't want the officials to sit here and take control of the game. But maybe Coach was trying to send a message to his guys.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was said, but it was really quick, you know.
Real quick.
Really quick. I don't know if it's really called for. And yesterday I thought there was some. And these are different officials, but there was a lot of quick technical fouls, and I'm not used to seeing that. You know. But maybe we just didn't hear what was said and what was going on. But they're going to give Sammy Robinson a chance to shoot some free throws. Oh, he misses the first though. Makes the second, and now Fisher with a 6-point lead. About 9 minutes into this game so far. Williams plays pick and roll with Robinson. They go back to Robinson. Fadeaway 3-ball, no good. Casale really springs in his legs, flies for that rebound.
Great take to the hoop.
Beautiful pass, just unable to finish. And that was Drew Shea at the basket. But beautiful pass by Joseph Natal, running the floor.
St. Joe's plays really unselfish here. You know, and I think that was one of the keys that we talked about yesterday, how they share the ball and continue to make extra passes. Sometimes it got them in trouble with making the extra pass, you know. But that was a great take there. Shea's got to finish that strong right there and use the backboard to finish.
Misses the first to Shea. And second one is up and no good. St. Joe's went on, you know, now 2 scoring droughts in this game already. Williams now. Back up top. St. John Fisher always looking for that high-low play. Floaters up, and that one is good, and that is Nick Klein off the bench. He had a good game yesterday.
That's a foul.
Good ball movement. Casale from about 30 feet knocks it down. Big 3, his second of the game so far. Hare inside the Trapper. Trapper finishes strong, and St. John Fisher has made it known they are going inside against St. Joe's.
And that's their strength. You know, I applaud them for sticking with the game plan. Here you have Sammy Robinson on the floor.
And that's 3. That is 3 fouls on him. There's no way,
no,
Coach.
No.
2 fouls, okay, but 3 fouls, no way.
Yeah,
you got to get him.
And that's what I'm saying. I made the mistake by saying Sammy Robinson on the floor. Sammy Robinson is not on the floor, but he's on the bench. And this was the perfect opportunity for St. Joe's to try to take advantage and cut into that lead. And right now, it's not working.
Yep.
They're going to have to find somebody else to carry this load as Casale goes to the bench with 3 fouls.
And if you're St. John Fisher, you're feeling pretty good right now. I know it's only a 7-point game, and there's almost 30 minutes to play in this game still left. But Casale has 3 fouls. St. Joe's has not looked great offensively so far. And, you know, you're absolutely dominating inside the paint.
So why change? Let's go back inside.
Yeah.
You know, put these guys. Oh, they got him with one of their own plays, but he just missed it with a backdoor cut. I like that.
Foley now. Back to Curtis. Those two are going to have big halves right here.
There's a mismatch. Let's see if he takes advantage of it.
Keohan back upside. Nice play by Drew to Keohan to Foley. Someone's going to have to shoot it. Instead, there's a foul call. I'm not sure who it was on.
That's a tech. Nope. I knew that was coming.
No, they called a tech? Who was the technical foul on?
Hold on. Let's see. I don't know if he's going to call delay of game warning. Nope. He did give him a tech. That tech is going to be on number 10 for throwing that ball off the backboard and discuss with what he thought was a great play on defense there.
Harrington for St. John Fisher picks up the technical foul. Again, that's the 5th technical foul in 3 games. I don't know if it's necessary.
Well,
Very
that one
quick.
was. That one
It was?
That
Okay.
one was.
Okay.
He was in disgust, and he decided to throw it off the backboard instead of just turning around and giving the ball to the official. But I'm with you. Some of these other ones, they're questionable.
But you make a good play, and then you get a technical foul, and now the other team gets the ball back, and they don't make them pay. Williams now looking for Klein. Harrington to Duncan. Back out to Williams. Extra pass. Beautiful offense. St. John Fisher struggled a little bit yesterday in the first half from 3, and right there, no different. Klein unable to knock down the open shot.
But I like what they were doing, though.
Yeah.
They got a ball reversal. They got the ball inside, then back outside. You know, they're making the extra passes. So I would live with that shot they just missed because it was in the flow of the offense.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a low-scoring game so far, 20-14, 8 minutes and 19 seconds left in this first half.
I'm really surprised right now that Sammy's not back on the floor to put some distance between themselves.
Give them some breathing room.
Yes, because this game, even though you're winning, it feels like it's still so tight.
Yeah.
I know Coach is trying to trust his guys to make plays here and there.
Pass intended for Duncan. Instead, Trapper cleans up the trash, and right there gets a nice bucket and grows this lead to 8. I believe that's the largest lead of the game so far. Curtis outside of Keohane. Finds Foley. Foley looks to go one-on-one. Now Curtis. We know he'll shoot it. Unable to knock down from the perimeter. And the struggle continues for St. Joe's. Harrington, offensive foul. That'll be his 2nd foul. Team's 5th. And Asenjo will come get him. And in for St. Joe's is Ian Jennings. Not sure how much time he got yesterday. But with Casale out, they need some inside presence. Foley, shot fake. He drives it, kicks it. That's Natal with the 3-pointer, his first basket of the game, and a big one.
Great execution there.
Klein called for the offensive foul. He's not happy about it, but I think he was there. I just don't know if he was in the cylinder or not.
I think he was in the AR. I mean, RA, the restricted area.
Yeah, I think he might have been in the restricted area there, but.
Well, that was great on the other end by St. Joe's, though. You know, you drive and you draw 2 defenders. You got to be willing to share the ball and kick it to your teammate there because your job is done. And he had a great look. Mm-hmm. You know, so they're going to get some great looks. They are a 3-point shooting team.
Yeah, which makes you think, you know, no lead is really too big for them.
Exactly.
Because if they catch fire, they showed yesterday that they're very capable at scoring the basketball.
However, you can't have these turnovers, Coach.
Yep. And yesterday, how many did they have? I think it was 28 turnovers yesterday.
They had 28 turnovers yesterday.
I mean, that's insane. Way too many turnovers for a college team in a 40-minute game.
And a lot of it was self-inflicting turnovers. Now, you know, even though
but I'll give it to Brockport.
They put a lot of pressure on them, though.
Brockport's defense is made to, you know, they're fast, athletic, they're pressured. So you're going to have maybe more than what you're used to, but 28's just way too many. And again, Trapper just dominating inside, unable to finish, but a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yes. Trapper is He is their go-to guy right now on the inside when Sammy is out.
Beautiful backdoor cut. It just Natal unable to finish. Klein now decides to slow it down and gets it to Williams. Looks like a little bit of a high pick and roll here to Hare. Back to Klein. Shot clock winding down. Klein takes a contested three. It might have been tipped. Air ball.
Uh-oh.
An open three-pointer for Curtis. Again, no good. They're cold right now. He's open.
And right now, you know, I kind of wish that St. Joe's had some inside presence.
Offensive rebounds
And
absolutely
that's a great
killing
time for a three.
St. Joe's. And right there, that was Klein making them pay.
You get an offensive rebounding like that, you want to kick it out around the perimeter, and that's exactly what they did.
Ashton Abbott right there. Three-pointer, no good. And here comes Klein again.
Great take.
Klein's got 7 now off the bench for St. John Fisher, really giving them a scoring punch off the bench.
And I like it. He's attacking. He's being aggressive. Problem is St. Joe's is not talking on defense right now. They're not matching up in transition. They're not matching up on off the rebounds here. And it's starting to show a little bit. Even though it's a 10-point game here with 4:49 to play, I like the idea that Coach calls a timeout, and he's getting in his guys right now about doing the little things. You know, you guys got to be able to crash the boards, stop the dribble penetration, you know, and on the offensive end, keep running your stuff. Set better screens and make sure they're cutting hard, because I'm telling you, that offense is hard to guard. Sooner or later, somebody's going to break down and give up and get tired of playing defense because your man is running around. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the backdoor cuts, and they also want you to try to help also that their shooters can make some shots.
And right there they go with Sakai back into the game, and I think he's one of their best players at driving and kicking, creating for others. So we'll see how that goes for St. Joe's. They really need some scoring. Just 17 points.
And he did a really great job yesterday by getting his feet wet, getting into the paint, and then right on. I was trying to help him out there.
Yeah, and as we're talking about him, he turns it over. And again, I said this all game yesterday. Their Achilles heel is turning the ball over.
It's a recipe for disaster, Coach.
Yep. And Sammy Robinson back into the game. Immediately, he gets a touch, but unable to grab it.
You got to push it. You got to push it.
Foley, he's been quiet today so far.
Yeah, I would like to see Foley get it in a little closer, to see that shot go in first instead of
nice,
wow.
Beautiful find from Williams. And St. Joe's is going to take another timeout.
Yeah,
I think Coach Santacola's upset because Foley took a quick shot there. And, you know, that tends to happen when you start to, you know, you're not hitting shots, your team's going down. St. John Fisher's on a bit of a run here. And that's not the way you catch up and
definitely not. Right now,
cut into leads.
They're bleeding. Coach is trying to do all that he can to put this Band-Aid on it to stop it. Unfortunately, he's not the one that's out there that's playing. It's these 15 guys got to buy into what he's preaching, and they got to come out here and execute it. Now, granted, that may be their strength is shooting threes and making threes, but right now you're not making it. So you got to find some other ways to score. You got to figure out how to get that ball through the hoop. Because the rim guards right now, they're not too happy.
Curtis now to Keohan, to the corner. Sakai all the way to Drew. Again, look at the hustle from Sammy Robinson. And Natal actually picks up a foul. What do you think? Was it a foul, or I didn't? I must not have seen it.
We over here on the other side of the world. I couldn't see that one either. But
looks like they're going to talk about it.
Yeah, that puts them at the 17th foul. I'm going to tell you right now, Coach needs a media timeout. I know that.
Yeah, no media is here today.
Unfortunately, we don't have any. Yeah. We can't bail him out. Because I think he's burned 3 of them already this half.
Senjo to Sammy. This was his hot spot yesterday on this wing.
Coach, the whole side of the floor was his hot spot.
Definitely. Hare back to Senjo. And
3 seconds.
They're going to call him for 3 seconds. Can't camp in there. And Natal was left open. Keohan. Nice footwork and beautiful play. Wow, what a move there by Keohan to finish strong at the basket.
Great one dribble, attack the rim. I love it.
And St. Joe's has some life here. They find Curtis, and he drives it, but his shot is thrown back.
But guess who's there?
Sakai, skip pass, skip right back. Three-pointer no good. And here comes St. John Fisher. Ball inside to Sammy Robinson. He finds Hare. That ball was blocked, but there's a foul. It looks like it's going to be on Drew Shea. And Hare will go to the free throw line.
That's a tough one.
Game's starting to pick up in pace, though. Both teams starting to run, get out in transition, but shots have not been falling.
Right.
Especially for St. Joe's. They've really struggled from, the perimeter, which yesterday seemed to be their strength.
But here's the thing, though. You still got to believe in what your philosophy is. I understand that it's not falling right now, and as a coach, you want to sit here and tell your guys that, hey, look, we're fine. Everything's going to be okay. We got a whole second half to play, and I guarantee you our shots are going to fall that second half. You know, you got to some kind of way you got to keep inspiring these guys to continue to play hard because right now they're not seeing the ball go through the hoop. They missed another layup, but they do a better job coming back in transition.
But these rebounds, I mean,
yeah.
St. John Fisher has really, thrown their bodies around in the paint and really going after those rebounds. As they know they have the size advantage.
Coach, I'm telling you, St. John Fisher grabbed 31 rebounds yesterday, and they're on their way to get 40 tonight.
Turnover. Williams decline and misses a bunny. It was a 2-on-0 break. 2-on-0 break. You have to finish those. And now here on the other end, St. Joe's has a chance to score it. And they get a wide-open Drew Shea, who was hot yesterday. But, again, struggles continues for St. Joe's and travel.
It's getting a little sloppy here. Coaches are upset, trying to figure out what their guys are doing. Why are we not executing? It's the little things, Coach. It's always going to come back to the little things that's going to haunt you down later on in the season. Because they end up being like snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
They start off small, and as that ball goes down the hill, it continues to grow. And if you don't stop it and put a Band-Aid on a quit or emphasize it in practice that, hey, we got to do a better job, it's going to be hard to compete at the highest level.
Definitely.
And this is great for these guys. You know, we're here doing the Christmas tournament. I'm sure these guys on Christmas break, they got to be able to lock in right here and focus. All you're asking is for 40 minutes.
Palameni into the game for St. John Fisher. Robinson to Williams. They go inside to Hare.
Great double team there.
Palameni now back to Hare. And Hare with the strong left-handed finish. He is really comfortable around the basket.
That is his game, Coach. I told you, you got both of those big guys in there. I'm feeding them all night long. They need steak and potatoes, Coach.
Behind the back pass there by Keohan. And Drew Shia, beautiful spin move and pass to a wide open shooter in Griffin Foley. Again, unable to connect from the perimeter. Sammy Robinson
stay with the double team.
Drives it and finds his way all the way to the rim. And this game is starting to get a little bit out of hand here as St. John Fisher is really taking control.
I'm sure Coach is just saying, hey, if we can just get a bucket here and a stop so we can get to halftime and make some adjustments.
Turnover there and a foul.
That's a tech. Give him a tech on number 5. I knew that was coming.
And that is the third technical foul of this game. And actually what happened there, I think it was Keohan was hooked onto Williams, and Williams kind of shook him off.
Wait a minute.
So
he called. Oh, my goodness, Coach. That may be 6 technical fouls. Wow.
So what's going to happen here is Williams is going to shoot a 1-and-1.
Yeah.
Oh, so there was a second technical foul called on.
I think so. I think he wiped it.
So those 2 technical fouls will wipe each other away. I'm not sure who the second one was called on.
I think it was called on your guy, Deshae. Shia. Which was unbelievable because that was clearly not on Shia.
Not sure what's going on with these technical fouls of this tournament, but again, St. Joe's back-to-back possessions with turnovers, and Williams unable to score it. But there's a foul, and it was on Sammy Robinson. That's his second, team's 8th, and that should be a 1-and-1, and it will be. Looks like it's going to be Shia who's going to shoot this and give St. John Fisher 20 seconds on the other end to go score.
I'm sorry. I think that other technical might have been on Cohan on the tie up there at half court on that last possession we had.
Oh, okay. So they called a double tech on both.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Shia knocks down the first, cuts it to a 14-point lead, and second one is good. 13-point lead for St. John Fisher, and they should hold for one last shot of this half. So worst case scenario, they go into halftime up 13. Williams finds Palameni. No good, but offensive rebound, offensive rebound, offensive rebound. And a foul was called. That is not a good foul. Because
definitely not a good foul.
They're in the bonus. The half was basically over. You're 94 feet from the basket. Not a smart foul. And coach is unhappy with that. I believe the foul was called on Klein. So Natal will shoot a 1-and-1 with 0. I believe they're going to leave it at 0 on the clock. Oh, they're going to leave .3 on the clock here. So,
not real sure what they're going to do. They're going to put a second. No, they can't put a second back on the clock. There you go. .3. How about that?
.3 on the clock. Joseph Natal will shoot a 1-and-1, and he makes the first. So
the officials almost iced him.
Yeah, that was a big foul though, because St. Joe's has really struggled,
This is interesting.
and they're giving them free points here. Second one's no good, and we're gonna go to half, 34-32. Coach, it was a struggle for St. Joe's offensively. St. John Fisher really dominated inside the paint. What do you think St. Joe's is going to have to do in order to, really get themselves back into this game?
Well, after watching from yesterday, I don't think coach is really going to change the game plan. He's going to stick with what he knows, what works best for his team. And right now, even though they had a very, very bad first half offensively, he's going to stick with it because I'm the coach. I'm telling him the shots are going to fall the second half. We're fine. It's going to be okay. We're only down 12. It could have been really, really ugly where we could have been down 20 or 30. But we're only down 12 right now, and we had our worst half probably of the season. Keep trusting, keep sharing the ball, keep attacking. And then defensively, we got to figure out a way how to get these guys off the glass because I know we're undersized. However, that's an effort play. That's you saying I'm not going to allow them to get rebounds on me. That's what it really comes down to. They're just saying, hey, can I keep my guy off the glass? I really would like to see them try to score in transition where they really haven't. It's either a 3 or nothing. And, I'm telling Coach that, hey, look, we have to push it in transition, continue to do what we did earlier with Curtis, attacking, trying to get to the rim and finish and drawing fouls. Now, if I'm St. John Fisher, hey, I'm not too pleased. I'm happy, but I'm not pleased with the performance that we had in the first half because we scored 34 points where we clearly should have had at least almost 50 by now. We just left some stuff around the glass, couldn't finish with the little bunnies around the glass. Free throws, didn't do a very good job of connecting on our free throws there. But here's the thing. We're killing them on the glass. We're killing them inside. Let's continue to feed our big guys and continue to run our offense through our post because once you get that ball reversal and then the inside touches, then it sets up the three for those other guys. And, I really thought Hare, 24, oh, my gosh. He played really good coming off the bench there, attacking, getting his feet wet, attacking the paint. And then you also had, 12? Klein coming in, gave you great energy. So you're being well-rounded with your scoring right now. Keep doing that. And defensively, hey, we're going to keep putting pressure on them. They're going to take some bad shots. And we just got to get out and try to score easy buckets in transition.
Yep, definitely. We will take a short break. We will be back with some halftime stats. The score is 34-22. St. John Fisher's lead. And we are back for the second half of St. Joe's and St. John Fisher in the consolation game of the third annual Morro Panaggio Invitational. Coach, St. Joe's really had a struggle in the first half, offensively especially. What do you think are some of the keys of the first half, and then what do you think are some of the keys of the second half?
Starting with St. Joe's, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, Coach. They're shooting 21% from behind the arc, okay? So that's not good right now. Your confidence is down. You're 4 of 19 from there. And then Cassell has 3 fouls. Your leading player has 3 fouls and only 6 points. And now I'm also looking at we have 0 second chance points and 0 fast break points. So where is your scoring coming from? What do you got to do differently? I mean, I understand David Cohan. Is that right? Keohan. He has 4 points, and Curtis has 6, and Natal has 4. But that's about it. And you're getting out rebounded. Mm-hmm. But if I'm St. John Fisher, I'm saying, hey, look, we're doing a really good job, guys. They're not shooting well. They're not making. They only have 19 rebounds. There are 25. You know, Sammy's here. He's got 14 points and 2 rebounds. And Sammy has 14 of their 34 points.
Yeah.
You know, hey, St. Joe's, you got to say, hey, we're going to live with Sammy getting his and we got to contain the others, or we got to sit here and say, hey, Sammy can't beat us, and we're going to have to make these other guys shoot over the top to beat us.
Good movement so far from St. Joe's. Casal's back into the game. Expect him to be super aggressive. He finds Keohan, 3-ball. Again, scoring struggles, shooting struggles continue for St. Joe's in that first possession. And they find Sammy Robinson, who's doubled, but beautiful cut and find from Sammy Robinson to Trapper on the inside.
And that's exactly what St. Joe's got to do on the other hand. They got to find somebody that's going to cut, looking for the ball, try to post up in there, and finish. Get some easy looks, because right now they're just settling for threes, and they're 4 of 20 from behind the arc.
And that's a good look for Curtis. That's a really good look for St. Joe's. And Curtis knocks it down. Curtis, I think, was the probably most consistent in the first half for them. And right there, no different.
Right.
Only 11-point game. You know, there's a lot of time left. If they can put something together here, they're still in this game. Curtis comes up with the steal.
And it's amazing how you talking about that same guy. They need to find him again. He's the one that made – oh, nice cut.
Beautiful play.
I like the give and go.
Beautiful play. Find the post. And right there, I believe that was Natal with the finish. Sammy Robinson just wide open. He's now got 16.
You can't allow face cut.
You got to be kidding me. Another technical foul. This is the 4th of the game. And this is getting out of hand. I'm really disappointed in the referees. And I think that they're really just quick to pull the trigger on these technical fouls. And St. Joe's taking advantage of it now as Casale gets to see the ball go in the basket. But I don't think it's necessary to call all these technical fouls. And right there you see Sammy Robinson has to come out of the game for that. And, you know, for St. John Fisher, he's their top guy.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. They still have Dennis Hare, Mr. Hare on the floor, who's been giving them. Him and Trapper have been leading the way also.
Definitely. Patal finds Keohan. Curtis, 3-pointer, bang, bang. Curtis 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. It's a 6-point ball game.
Curtis is now 3 of 7 from behind the arc with 12 points, Coach.
And look at that. St. Joe's goes to fronting the post now, and they get the steal. Casale, beautiful pass to Keohan, and Coach is going to call timeout here as that technical foul really just hurt him. It changed the momentum of the game. St. Joseph's bench is excited. Asenjo left open for 3, unable to knock it down, but offensive rebound for St. John Fisher. And Valeriani now back to Asenjo. They find Hare on the perimeter.
He's got to do something with
mid-range jump shot.
No good.
And he's not known for his outside shooting.
That's a shot clock violation. That ball didn't hit the rim. It hit the backboard, but I don't think it hit the rim, Coach. Yep.
And I think they're going to call a shot clock violation. But I think there should be 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock, because when he shot it, when Hare shot it, it hit the backboard, it was 5 seconds. So I think there should be about 2 or 3 seconds left on this clock.
So what are you saying? You blaming Will over there for messing up on the shot clock?
I guess so. And they're going to put 6. I think that's too much time, but
and here's the thing, we don't have monitors to go back.
Yep.
You know, I don't understand what's going on.
Valeriani, either way, it doesn't matter if it was 6 or 1, he takes it. An offensive rebound again for St. John Fisher. And they're fronting the post. They're not letting it come in there. Turnover. Natal finds Casale to Curtis, who's been hot. Foley to Natal. Man, look at this ball movement. Casale now.
It's hard to guard, Coach, when your guy is constantly moving. It puts you in a bind.
Drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. They're being patient. They look like they have life. Casale was fouled on that drive, and St. Joe's will have a baseline out of bounds here with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
That's a nice post touch there with some cuts behind it, sets up.
Foley three-pointer, still unable to find it from beyond the arc.
I would like to see Foley get to the sweet spot. To sit there and get towards the elbow to get a jump shot, to build some confidence.
Valeriani there. What a beautiful finish for the point guard from St. John Fisher. Casale looks to go back to Natal. Backdoor cut. Foley loses the handle. Good defense from St. John Fisher right there. Casale with the deep 3, and it just rattles in and out. Looked like it was going down.
He's been playing a lot better this second half, playing with patience, not trying to force stuff. Great ball movement there with a big-time 3.
And look at the extra pass from Hare. Beautiful play. Valeriani knocks down the triple. And that's an obvious foul right there.
He gambled.
Sendro fouls.
He got his hand
Casale.
caught in the cookie jar on that one.
How impressive is the versatility of Casale from St. Joe's? Yesterday he was their leading rebounder and scorer. Today he's bringing the ball up, playing inside, playing outside. He's a very talented player.
Well, I think he understands that, hey, my team needs me on the floor in whatever capacity. It may not be scoring. I may have to do other things. Great backdoor cut. But they got to be able to finish. And he's playing with 3 fouls. So he's understanding that, hey, look, I can't foul out this game.
He's done a good job. Right there, Valeriani up to Hare. Just couldn't connect. And St. Joe's gets a chance to cut back into this lead. Sakai, Foley now in the corner. They find Keohan back up to Casale. Beautiful ball movement and player movement from St. Joe's. Casale will take a deep one, and that hits the back rim. Both of his threes have looked good. They just didn't fall.
But once again, Coach, that's if I'm the head coach and he's my star player, I'm going to run a play for him just to get going. I got to get him some easy looks because right now everything he's shooting is contested and they're super deep, and he's struggling. He's still stuck on 6 points. And maybe shooting may not be his night tonight. He may have to do a better job at creating for others.
Yep. Hare goes all the way to the rim, and I think he was in the charge circle there. That was a block, so Hare will go back to the free throw line. And actually, Casale did have 2 free throws on the technical. So he has 2 free throws, which
that gives him 8.
Gives him 8, but he still hasn't had a field goal since early in that first half. He hit those 2 threes.
See, once again, this is where St. Joe's got to take advantage of the opportunities when Sammy is not on the floor. When Sammy Robinson's not on the floor, they got to produce. They got to score. It should not be St. John's going to the free throw line, stop clock, shooting free throws. And, St. Joe's got to do a better job at stopping straight line drives.
Definitely. And now it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
St. John Fisher came back to St. Joe's with a 7-0 run after St. Joe's made their big run. And right there, Casale gets all the way inside the paint.
And that's what he needs.
And gets an easy basket.
Hopefully that'll get him going. It'll spark his teammates also that, hey, our best player just got a great touch and finish.
Beautiful touch on the floater from Hare. He's really a talented player for St. John Fisher.
I love his game. He doesn't force the issue. He plays within himself. And that's hard for a lot of these guys, man. Sometimes you feel like you have to do more.
Foley now on the drive, back to Shia. Spin move, bounce pass, shot clock winding down. It's at 4 now. Foley's going to have to take it, and he knocks it down with 1 second on the shot clock. Big shot for Foley.
Big shot, Foley.
Senjo with the ball, driving it middle, kicks it out to Hare.
He's a driver.
Valeriani, tray ball, all net. But again, Hare, drive middle,
kick.
Nice pass. Valeriani able to knock it down. Hare has been everywhere. This is Curtis now with the beautiful drive, just unable to finish at the basket. Hare with the rebound up to Asenjo.
Once again, St. Joe's not talking on defense, not communicating, and St. John is able to get their feet wet into the paint. Easy little floater.
And a nice left-handed touch shot there for Asenjo. Three-pointer for Curtis. That's his third of the half.
Yes.
And the game's starting to pick up offensively on both sides now. Let's see who can maintain it. Asenjo splits it, but turns the ball over, and Williams will come in.
And I told you, Coach, hey, you got to believe that first half, that was probably our worst shooting percentage in the first half in a game. And it's not going to be like that entire game. You just got to continue to inspire St. Joe's shooters. As we see now, they are just knocking down shots. Bang!
Boom.
I feel it.
Oh, yeah. 6-point ball game. That was Drew Shia with the bucket. And he's a second-half guy. Yesterday in the second half, he really caught fire. And right there, no different. Valeriani now finds Hare. Back inside to Trapper. Trapper's a talented guy inside the paint, but unable to finish. And here comes St. Joe's with their run. Euro step, floater. Looks like he got hit on the play, but no foul call for Casale.
No foul, no harm. But look
you
at
gotta
this.
protect the rim. Gotta protect the rim.
That's a great
and
feed.
right there, that's Ian Duncan running the floor.
I see you, Mr. Williams, finding the big fella in transition.
Williams off the bench with a lot of energy. And right there, that was actually St. John Fisher who called the timeout after a beautiful play. Coach, what do you think he's thinking about, and why would he call that timeout there with his team, after that basket?
I think he's just trying to settle them down now. Hey, look, this is what we got to do defensively. We can get anything we want offensively, guys. We're going to be fine. We got to get back to the inside game. I know we've got a couple of floaters driving baseline, but I want to see Trapper touch the ball a little bit more on the block. I want to see Hare maybe play a two-man game with Hare and Trapper right now, where you got to figure out how you're going to defend that. And then, of course, they're making us chase around here. We just got, once again, talking is so huge in basketball. When you are communicating with your teammates, it makes you more aware. It makes your teammate aware. And right now, I like what St. Joe's is doing. I mean, they're still running their offense. They're being patient. And I'm telling you, Coach, that dribble, that motion offense will tire you out because there is constant ball movement, constant player movement. And, a lot of guys aren't used to that.
Definitely, and it's funny. I wish I could get our teams here at DME to move the ball as well as St. Joe's does, and they're so patient. It's really fun to watch. Casale now, top of the key, kicks it. Foley inside to Sakai, wide open, and he finishes. He's not an incredible finisher in there. He's just about 5'9", but he's open.
Oh, you being nice. You being generous today. He is just so crafty, though. His basketball IQ is high, and he's moving without the ball. So when his man is not paying attention to him, he is finding the gaps.
Nice spin move there, and Ian Duncan unable to knock it down. But Hare,
Mr. Hare.
To me, Hare has been the MVP of this half so far.
Mr. Hare, look at you.
Foley now on the perimeter, being guarded by Duncan. Finds Sakai. Natal for three. Bang.
See the three, beat the three.
They are catching fire from the perimeter. And we have a 5-point ball game with just over 9 minutes to play. And Sammy Robinson is back into the game for St. John Fisher. Was that a travel?
I'm telling you, man, if it looks funny, they're going to call it. It's been that way all season long. They are told that, to blow the whistle if it looks weird. So I'm telling you right now, James Harden, you need to stop with that step back, brother. That is a travel. Backdoor cut, nice. They take it away.
Curtis inside to Casale. Skip past to Sakai. He drives it. Beautiful find for Keohan. He just can't finish. He can't finish out of bounds. And it'll stay St. Joe's basketball.
I'm telling you, Coach, it is hard to play this style of defense for 30 seconds because St. Joe's is taking it down to that shot clock down to the wire every single time.
Oh, yeah. Curtis looks to drive it. Step back, three ball, no good. But look who tips it. That's Sakai. But Robinson is fouled there by Curtis. That'll be the team's second foul. So no free throws, but
it's a 5-point lead with 8.5 to play.
Asenjo decline. to Sammy Robinson. Sammy Robinson's only got 2 points this half. I don't expect that to last long.
As we talk about it right here.
Oh, turnover. Sammy Robinson now. And he
I
travels.
don't think he traveled either.
He travels.
He said he shuffled his feet right before he put the ball on the floor. And you know, as a scorer, if I'm Sam Robinson right now, I understand what he's thinking. I've been sitting on the bench for a while. I haven't touched the ball. You know, I'm usually your leading scorer out here. I got to get going. And right now, he's forcing the issue as he's trying to find his way back into the game.
Curtis drives it middle. Beautiful left-handed finish. And he takes a hard fall there. Slow to get up, but what a play by Mr. Curtis, number 3. He's had a great half for St. Joe's so far. Cuts the lead to 3 and an opportunity here to cut it to 2.
This is huge. This is similar to what St. John was in yesterday.
Yep.
We talk about, I was just being reminded that, hey, you know, the last 6 minutes of that previous game, they were down and all of a sudden they found life and took the lead.
And actually, that's how this is the 3rd game of the tournament. I think all 3 games have been the same. One team gets out to a lead, the other team catches up, and then it's tight to finish every game. So it's been very exciting basketball as Williams is left open for 3. But look who skies and tips it. That's Hare. Looks like it was out. Yep. Out of bounds off of St. John Fisher. It'll be St. Joe's basketball. And they have an opportunity here with 7.5 minutes to go to take the lead.
Yes.
After a very slow start. They only had, I think it was 19 points at halftime.
22.
Oh, 22. Sorry. Yeah. Keohan inside to Casale. Very good matchup there. They find Keohan on the perimeter. And he turns it over.
St. Joe's just got to settle down. They got to understand that, hey, we done fought too hard to get back into this game now to start having self-inflicting turnovers again. I know that was the key in yesterday's game. At halftime today, they had 14 turnovers, so they're right at half the turnovers they had from yesterday.
Mid-range jumper from Hare, and he's not done well from the perimeter shooting the ball, but every other part of his game today has been really, really efficient.
He's similar to a glue guy that's out there on the floor. Mm-hmm. You know, he's doing so much for this team, rebounding, making the extra play, extra pass here and there. He's scoring, you know. I thought they were going to go inside to Mr. Robinson there.
Senjo to Robinson. He said he wanted a 3-ball, but right there, he's short. And as the shot clock winding down, Sammy Robinson has not done a whole lot this half so far.
He had to sit with that technical foul.
Yeah.
Coach was trying to talk to him and let him know, send a message to him, and now he's out here.
And St. Joe's has the lead.
Guess who that
from
was?
Mr. Curtis. He put the team on his back in this second half. That is his 3rd triple of the game of the half, sorry. And his team is now holding on to a 1-point lead.
I mean, sooner or later you got to find this guy. He's made 5 threes.
That was a foul there, not called. And St. Joe's now has a chance to grow this lead. I think this is their first lead of the game.
Yeah, not for long.
Euro step, but finishes no good. Williams with the rebound, and his is good. So St. John Fisher gets the lead back, and again, that's the second time this half that coach calls timeout after a made basket in transition.
You trying to say, why is he stopping the momentum, huh? Is that what you asking me?
Yeah, it's just an interesting,
He may be more of a
timing.
defensive guy.
Yeah, he's probably, most times when coaches do that, they're setting up their defense. Maybe he's changing something.
Right. And, he's just trying to keep his guys locked in right now. You got 5.5 minutes to play. And he doesn't want this to get out of hand where, hey, guys, they done made – we got to find Curtis. Curtis has made 4 I want to make sure I say it right. He's made 4 threes this second half. You know, if we don't find anybody else, we got to find this guy here. You know, and so I'm sure he's getting on his guys about that. And then offensively, I'm probably saying, hey, Sammy, Mr. Robinson is going to be fine. You know, this is your neighborhood. We're going to come right back to you. Kind of stay in the paint right now, all right? So then to make the officials blow their whistles because they're sitting on 2 team fouls.
Yep.
That's how I'm seeing the game. That's what I would say if I'm the coach, trying to inspire my guys that, hey, look, we're still here. Let's not continue to give St. Joe's hope. And here comes St. Joe's. I like they're looking like a 4 out. They go back to their motion offense again, dribble drive.
And here's Curtis. You know he's going to be aggressive.
It wasn't there. He should have kept his dribble.
Travel. Turnover. Again, too many turnovers for St. Joe's. I think, you know, they could have won yesterday, and definitely they still have a chance to win today, but the turnovers are not going to help.
Bad screen, down screen,
Valeriani. Senjo, nice rebound, left-handed finish, no good. Second finish, again, no good.
Hare with a tap.
Rebounded to Curtis, and he's on a fast break, and he's going to lay it up and give his team the lead again. Curtis
I see you, young fella.
has put his team on his back in this second half and has given an incredible performance.
He is working hard out there. He is drenched, Coach.
Ball inside. If you're St. Joe's, you don't want that ball inside. But right there, Sammy Robinson does what he does best. He's now got 18 points on the game.
And that was a great play. Great call, great design for them to go inside. They came out of a timeout running a little staggered down screen.
Yep. Williams.
He thought about it.
To Sammy.
And then here, look what we got. Pick and roll action here, or pick and pop.
Valeriani's shot is well short.
I think I would have gone back to Sammy on that one.
4 minutes to play. Casale finds Griffin Foley. Foley with the drive and the left-handed scoop. The left-handed scoop. And this lead is going back and forth.
Griffin is making some magic out here. I like that.
Williams back out to Hare. Asenjo driving it middle. Sammy Robinson.
There he is.
No good.
But on the glass.
But that ball was out on Casale. I think that was a good call as Natal checks back in for Keohan. St. Joe's is going small here. Casale's the tallest guy on the floor.
But they're trying to find some minutes for some guys that trying to set up for that last stretch here.
Yep.
You know, Coach had burned 3 timeouts in the first half, so he's down, I think, probably down to 2.
Nearly a travel there
foul.
for Hare. But Hare is fouled, and he's a, you know, what is his free throw percentage? He's a solid free throw shooter.
That's not the guy you want to put to the free throw line, I can tell you that.
But he's been everywhere in this game for St. John Fisher, especially in the second half. He's really taking control and taking a leadership role for them on both sides of the floor. And right there, ties the game up with the free throw.
Now look at this lineup, Coach. You got Robinson, Hare, and Trapper, all 3 back in the ball game again. They're going big, all right. Along with number 30 here, Asenjo, who's been really high energy guy today. He's been very active with his arms.
And they check out Sammy Robinson here on the defensive end.
They did.
They're giving him a little rest.
They put Asenjo on Curtis.
Is quick.
Vincenzo was making it tough.
Beautiful cut, and the foul was on the floor, I guess. It was on Hare. I think it was on Hare.
See, I would have made the substitution for Hare. I would want to give Hare a little breather because you're going to need him. And he really hasn't been out this second half as much. I know he gives you a lot.
He's been out at all.
He gives you a lot, you know.
Curtis
dead
to Natal.
10 on the clock.
Natal drives it. Finds Curtis. Shot clock winding down. Curtis trying to work some magic, but his shot's no good. But St. Joe's holds on to possession, and they're fighting.
They are. Hey, I like it. This game is going down to the wire.
St. John Fisher was leading by 15 points early in this game, in this first half. And right there, Casale, their guy, he has not had his best, most efficient game today. Had some trouble with fouls in the first half. But right there, when the game it's coming to crunch time. And he makes a huge, strong play on the offensive end to give his team the lead.
Once again, it's your best player, you know. You trust him. He's been playing with 3 fouls the whole second half. And he, like you said, he has not had a great offensive night. But you know what? He makes everybody else around him so much better.
And he misses the free throw. So the lead is still just at 1. We've been going back and forth over the last couple minutes. No one has had a larger lead than 1.
Trapper with a nice cut there to the rim, just couldn't finish.
And tipped out of bounds by Casale.
That's twice now for Trapper. You're missing the little bunnies right there.
Yeah, those, especially late in the game, those are big, big misses. Williams goes inside the Trapper. Again, another miss.
That's 3.
That's a good contest there by Casale. Made him double clutch it. And Trapper unable to finish. Skip pass, little touch pass.
A volleyball touch pass. I like that. I haven't seen that before. He traveled.
Travel. There's been a lot of travels in this game, a lot of technical fouls in this game. But what an exciting, really defensive, very good defensive on both sides, really. But here late, it's been back and forth.
I like what the coaches are doing. A lot of gamesmanship going on right now between these two coaches. It's almost like a chess match. One coach is trying to figure out your next move. The other one's trying to set up for his next move.
And Sammy Robinson unable to finish. So they've missed
4
from point blank range.
Yes, 4 times, 4 possessions.
Casale to Curtis. To Sakai.
They're going to work this clock, Coach.
Sakai now down to 8.
They got to score here.
Mid-range fadeaway jumper for Sakai's no good. And St. John Fisher's going to call timeout with a minute left. They're down by 1. Remember, they were leading by 15 points in the first half. And St. Joe's has fought back, led by Curtis, number 3 for St. Joe's. If you're St. John Fisher here, what are you going to do in this possession? This is a big possession.
Well, you don't want to go away from your philosophy here. Your philosophy is we've got to get the ball inside and try to get something around the rim. They've done that. Maybe I would try the left side of the floor instead of the right side. The officials aren't calling anything right now. The foul count is 6-3, but that's not the issue. The issue is me not finishing around the rim. We've had 4 or 5 opportunities where we just kind of left it short there. I mean, they get great looks. I'm not going to go away from it, you know. I'm not going to sit here and just jack up a 3 just because, somebody feels good. I want to get the ball back inside, and I got a 3-headed monster on the floor right now, and I'm going to try to figure something out. Even if it's it's a clear out for Hare to drive baseline with somebody lifting, that's what I would probably do here. I'll put Hare in a position, let him drive baseline, kind of have Trapper or Robinson lift from the block. And
And here we are. Sammy Robinson's on the perimeter here. And they go inside to him on the left side of the floor. Asenjo now, a little floater. Look at that touch by Asenjo.
Nice. He got caught in the air and let the floater go. I thought he was going to find Hare on the backside there.
And St. Joe's has the ball in Casel's hands. Now Curtis, he drives it to Sakai. To Johan, back to Foley.
I don't like this.
Shot clock winding down.
It's too late.
Uh-oh, Curtis three-pointer. Bang!
That is good.
He knocks it down. He gives his team a 2-point lead.
That is huge.
Another timeout. That could be St. John Fisher's last, but I can't believe the performance by Curtis today.
Not only that, talk about the poise and patience as a head coach over there. Because you're over there, you're wondering what my guys are going to do. Do I call a timeout here to kind of stop it? Because I don't see anything happening. And then you just ride it out and you let your guys play. I like that. And Curtis comes up big for his 6th three of the night.
Nicholas Curtis from Windham, Maine. He's a sophomore. This is an incredible, impressive performance by him, especially in this second half. And man, what a bold shot there. And
That's huge.
He's not afraid of the moment. He knocks it down, and he gives his team a 2-point lead.
Not only that, his guys trusted him. You know, they even though they're moving, that shot clock got down low, Coach. I was getting nervous that they weren't going to be able to get a good look with that shot clock low, because this is the same thing that happened yesterday where they wind the clock down and you know, that time becomes your enemy. Mm-hmm. You know, sooner or later you're going to have to make a play, and that was huge for them to dribble drive, create, to draw 2 defenders and find Curtis out on the wing. And with his such quick release there, I love it. I love the moment. Now you got to get a stop here. You know, and guess what they're going to do over here with St. John?
Go inside.
I mean, it's only a 2-point. We can play for overtime. That's what I'm telling my guys. We don't need a 3. We can play for overtime.
Sammy Robinson up the trapper. Williams. And the ball's deflected.
It was a great
but
idea.
It's still St. John Fisher basketball. Good defensive play there from Sakai.
I like that action. They were kind of send Hare coming off a curl.
And this is definitely St. John Fisher's last time out. They're going to have the ball kind of in a bad area.
Yeah, that's not a good spot there.
In the corner. But what I like when the ball's in this spot is it's a great passing angle to the post.
Yes.
So I'd expect some type of cross screen. So find a way to get the ball into the post from that area. And if you're St. Joe's here, you definitely don't want the ball to go into the post. I may front everything. And you definitely want to switch defensively.
I don't know if you want to switch, because I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to probably go in for Mr. Robinson.
Yep.
And if I can get a big on small, I'm winning all day long with Mr. Robinson.
Well, this is Game 3 of the Mauro Panaggio Invitational, and so far, every single game has been down to the wire and has been so exciting. This one is no different.
They're going to try to pack it in here defensively.
Hare with the ball inside the trapper to Williams. And
Williams loses
he turns it over. He turns it over. There's 4 seconds to go. I thought Sammy Robinson might have been open right there. And St. John's is going to foul here, and they're going to be in the bonus.
It's a dead ball. He can't move it. You want to put pressure up on the guy that's inbounding the ball. I don't know why they're doing this. That's not good. That's not good.
So Sakai now is going to be the guy. I don't know if I'm St. Joe's, I'm putting the ball into Curtis's hands.
Yeah,
he's going to be the one to shoot the free throws. But anyways, Sakai is going to shoot a 1-and-1 here. There's 4 seconds left. There's still time. If he misses this one, or even the second one, there's still time for St. John Fisher to get a 3-up. He misses
And
it.
here you go.
Here comes Sammy.
3 seconds.
Sammy Robinson for 3. At the buzzer, it's no good. It's no good.
So
And
close.
St. Joe's fights back from a 15-point deficit, and they come out with a win
How about that?
thanks to Mr. Nicholas Curtis
Yes, sir.
with the game-winning 3. Next up, we have the championship of the 3rd annual Morro Panaggio Invitational. It'll be Brockport versus Worcester. Thank you guys for watching. We'll take a short break.